Hey guys, it's Steph and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I didn't really know what I wanted to film. I knew I wanted to do some kind of first impressions or testing video, but I didn't know what brand to choose. And then Beauty Bay came along and they answered my question for me. So basically the people at Beauty Bay very kindly sent me a ton of Wet n Wild makeup, and I also went ahead and picked up a few things for myself. And I pretty much have a full face now. For those of you that don't know, Wet n Wild has just become available in the UK on Beauty Bay. Before then, it was like near impossible to get hold of, and trust me, I've been trying to get hold of this brand for the longest time, and finally got it. We finally got it. So today, you guys know the drill. I'm just going to be chucking this all on my face, doing some kind of makeup look. Who knows what we're going to end up looking like, and I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts on the products as we go. Also, I've got a couple little changes because I know a few of you have been asking about this recently. I'm getting your name up now to make sure I get it right, but Matix, M-A-T-I-X, Matix, I don't know if that's your real name or just like a screen name or something. You have been asking me for the longest time to do close-ups, and I finally have my macro lens again, so I'm going to be doing some close-ups at the end, just for you, because I know I have been promising to do them for the longest time. Sorry, I've been slacking. I'm so sorry. I have no excuse, but now I have my macro lens, which basically means that we can get really bloody close up to my face, and it ain't gonna be pretty, but it's gonna be real. So gonna start doing a lot more close-ups at the end of my videos as well, so you guys can see how the product looks. Hopefully as well, by the end of this year, I'm gonna be upgrading my camera equipment again. So I'm gonna be getting a brand new camera, which means I'm gonna be using the one that you guys see me filming on now as like a side camera, so we can do like a bunch of close-ups with that. And another request I get from you guys a lot of you guys seem to like my natural brown eyes, which thank you very much, appreciate it. At the end of all my testing videos or tutorials, or whenever I'm actually putting on makeup, I'm going to try and do cutaways of both me with my contacts in and also with my contacts out, so you can see what it looks like with both coloured eyes. But enough of that boring old crap. I know the majority of you are just here to see me chuck on a load of makeup, so let's do it. Okay, let's make me pretty. So first of all, I'm going to go in with primer. This is the Coverall primer, and it says on the back that it's supposed to refine pores, fill fine lines, brighten complexion, and even skin tone, which is what I want. So I'm feeling like this might be kind of like a silicone primer. Oh, no, it's not. It's like a, kind of like a moisturizer. So I'm just going to pop that on my skin. Ooh, oh, whoa, that dries in really, really quickly. That feels matte now. Feels very smooth. It has irritated a few of my spots. Like this one here has gone a lot more red. Ooh. I left some purple shampoo on my face there. Don't know how that got there, but whatever. Okay, that hasn't really done much to my skin. I'm going to try a little bit more. I mean, I guess it's like kind of filled in my pores. My face does feel very, very smooth. It has kind of like, yeah, just smoothed it out completely. But it doesn't really look any different. It feels different, but doesn't really look that different. So next is the product that I'm probably the most excited for, which is of course foundation. This is their Photo Focus foundation in the shade Golden Beige. Okay, this colour looks decent. It's very thin. Yeah, that colour looks okay. This is actually the colour that Beauty Bay sent me. So they might have actually got the right kind of shade. So I'm just going to pop that on my skin. Don't know if I necessarily like the spatula. I'm not opposed to a spatula. Oh wow, that literally smells like paint. I've been painting my living room for the past few days. And yep, that literally smells exactly like the paint that I've been chucking on my walls. Ooh, I don't know what brush to use today. So I'm now just going to go ahead and buff that in. I'm just using my kind of, what's this called? High Def brush from AOA Studios. That is literally my perfect colour. Like, they must have just looked at me and been like, that's her shade. What? That's literally my perfect colour. Beauty Bay, you nailed that. Good coverage, good colour. Look kind of dead right now, but that's fine. It's quite matte though. It is quite matte, which scares me. I'm afraid of the mattifying foundations. It's a lot more matte than I thought it was going to be. I was actually thinking it was going to be kind of dewy looking, because when I first blended it out, it looked quite dewy. It's not like flat matte, but it definitely does have more of like a mattifying finish to it. I've had some questions recently. For those of you that haven't noticed, I've gone and got my daith pierced. And it's still healing and everything at the moment, but I haven't had any headaches or migraines since getting it pierced. I might just be lucky, but I haven't had anything. Because I had the worst headache when I got that done. That was kind of why I got it done. But yeah, I've had like no headache since getting that done. Okay, coverage is good on that foundation. I'd say it's maybe leaning slightly more towards medium to full. Does look maybe a little bit dry in some areas, like around my nose and around my mouth. But on like the majority of my face, it actually looks really, really nice. So next up is concealer. This is just called the Photo Focus Concealer and it is in this shade. I think I got it in light medium beige. Colour looks decent. It's got a standard little doe foot. Ooh, colour looks very good actually. So I'm going to do my usual thing and just load it up under my eyes. And then I'm going to do just this side of my face. Just so we can kind of compare the other side in a second and see how much coverage it gives us. And then just use the same brush to kind of pat all that in. Go right under my eyeballs. Okay, that's covering up my under eyes. It's covering up my under eyes very well actually. Let's see how you can cover up these bad boys. Not 100%, but I'd say it's covered it up by like a good kind of 80%. Just blend that onto my lids. I'm going to pat some of that in with my finger. Seems to have set quite quickly, like under my eyes once I've blended it out. Doesn't really feel like it's going to budge in all honesty. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Like, look at the difference to my eye area. Yeah, that is sweet. It is more of a matte formula than I personally normally go for, but I'm not mad at it. And my face right now, like I am still going to powder it down, but my face actually kind of feels like it's not going to budge. So kind of creasing cakiness just here, and it hasn't covered up my spot amazingly, but this is one of those really annoying spots that just like don't ever want to be covered, but I'm liking it. I'm impressed. Next up is liquid highlighter. So this is called the Hello Halo Mega Glow Liquid Highlighter. And this one is in the shade Gilded Glow. And I actually picked up another one of these. I picked another one up by accident. So that's going in a giveaway. So let's try this bad boy out. I've heard so much about their highlighter, so I'm very excited. Okay, so it's just like this massive flipping huge doe foot. What have you got for me? Oh my god. I just love it. I don't think I will ever get tired of like just seeing shiny things. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. That's so nice. So I'm gonna pop that on my cheeks. I feel like this will dry down quite quickly, so I'm just gonna work quite quick with that. Oh shit, boy. I was holding my breath because I was like, sometimes these little doe foot thingies can look a little bit kind of oily and cakey, but that, whoa, that looks so bloody great. It's actually very, very similar to the iconic London drops. I feel like if it was watered down a little bit, then it would be very, very similar to them. Similar kind of colours like the original drops. Oh, that's so nice. What the hell? Instantly that's a fave. Oh shit, instantly that dries down in like 2 seconds flat. Okay, noted. Yeah, I've got nothing but good things to say about that. Does dry down a little bit quicker than I'd maybe like, but as long as you kind of work in sections, you're absolutely fine. This is stunning. So next, I do have a powder, but I don't really know how I'm going to get on with this. So this is the Pressed Powder Compact in the shade Natural Beige. Now, I never, ever use like tinted powders, so I don't know how I'm going to get on with this, but we'll give it a try. So this one here is in the shade Neutral Beige. Okay, looks like that. I'll try it. I have got my Laura Mercier powder here just in case. That actually doesn't look too intense. I'll try it. I'm going to start by setting my under eyes. Like I said, I never, ever, ever use kind of like tinted powders for setting my face, so I'm very wary of this. I'm very wary. Doesn't look like a bad colour or anything. Doesn't really look like any colour, to be quite honest with you. It's not cooling down my skin or anything like that either, because it is more of like a cool tone. You know what? This is actually working quite well. So I'm then just going to go ahead and take a big fluffy brush. And to be honest, I've been swirling my brush in there for a little while now, and I'm not really getting any kickback or anything, which is nice. Just going to set all of that. Yeah, that looks okay. I'm not impressed by it. I'm not really anything by it, but that's good. Not really having an opinion on a powder is a whole lot better than having a bad opinion on a powder. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know by now that I'm very much like a loose, translucent powder sort of girl. So the fact that I'm using a pressed kind of tinted powder and I'm not hating it, I feel like Wet n Wild have done a pretty good job there. Next is another product that, again, I have heard so much about that I've been wanting to try out for literally, I think, probably a few years now, whenever this first came out. This is the contouring palette in the shade Dolce de Leche, is that how I pronounce it? Someone please correct me in the comments below. But yeah, this is just a contouring palette, and I always see a lot of my favorite American YouTubers talking about this. Oh shit, boy. They're a little bit, okay, a lot powdery, but these seem quite nice. You know what, I wouldn't normally layer on 2 different powders at once, but because that powder doesn't really do too much, the one before, I am gonna do a little bit of highlighting with that banana powder and see what that does. That looks pretty good. Okay. So next, I'm not really sure if this is going to be a contouring shade or a bronzing shade or both for me. So I'm just going to go in with this brush here. It's the Luxe Powder Finish brush from Zoeva. And I'm going to start by contouring. And then if I feel like maybe I need to take it up a little bit, I'll use a slightly bigger brush. So let's try this. Ooh, this looks like my kind of color. Oh man, I so get the hype with that. That is like spot on my shade. Look, where did that cheekbone come from? We didn't have that a few minutes ago. The powder is very, very pigmented. I don't know if you can see that there, but it blends out like a bloody dream. Okay, yep. That one was worth the wait. That was 100% worth the wait. Okay, yep, that is officially like one of my new favorite bronzers. So next, the time has come. I'm finally going to be trying out this guy that, again, I've been dying to try for the longest time. This is the Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. They do have one that's like called Crown to My Canopy or something. And I think that one's a little bit more goldy. But this one, I've seen so many people talk about this. Apparently it's going to be like ridiculously blinding. Nice colour. It's like a champagne-y shade. Feels good. Oh shit, I have no words. That actually, that looks kind of perfect. Okay, all right. Get on my face, thank you very much. So I'm going to take some of that on this, what brand is this? This Backstage brush. Come on. I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this moment. I'm done. I'm actually at a loss for words for once in my life. That's so nice, man. This, I know why I like this so much. It reminds me a lot of Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. That's what it reminds me of. And that is one of like my all-time favourite highlighters. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, so next it's time to fill in these brows because they are looking beige AF right now. So what I have is, this is called the Retractable Brow Pencil, and I've got mine in the shade Medium Brown. Let's see what this looks like. So you've got a spoolie on one end, always useful. And then, okay, so it's more of like an angled nib, which I don't usually prefer as much as I would like a skinny nib. But that colour looks pretty much spot on. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the arch of my brow first. Okay, pigmented, but not too pigmented. It's got like a nice kind of waxy consistency. Oh, that looks pretty good. That was easy as well. Okay, I know I said I don't normally like these kind of pencils, but that is actually probably one of the best ones I've tried because it's super, super waxy, not too pigmented. It's like the perfect colour for me, and that applied really easily. I love that. So next for eyes, I have this palette here, and not gonna lie, I mostly picked this up because of this pink shade here. I want to put it on my face. So this is called the Rose in the Air Wet n Wild Colour Icon Eyeshadow Palette. And I actually like the fact that it says what your transition shades are. So if you are new to makeup, then that's useful. It also has a little bit of like info on the back for where you can put everything. But we're probably not going to listen to that today. We are going to do whatever the hell we want. You guys, it's not long until Ollie starts working with me. I'm so freaking excited. Anyway, so first of all, what I'm going to do is go in with this shade up here. That seems quite pigmented. It's like a matte kind of white creamy sort of shade. And I'm just going to pat that all over my lids. Okay, that looks pretty good so far. Then I'm just going to take the same brush and I'm going to go in with this transition shade down here, I think. There's a lot of kickback on these shadows, just an FYI. And I'm going to just work that in my crease. Kind of do a bit of like a rounded eye look today, I think. It's actually a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. That looks good. Nice colour. So yeah, then I'm going to take this brush here and I think I'm going to go in... Actually, first of all, I'm going to go in with this kind of like warm orangey brown. Whoa. The kickback on that is intense. Like, okay. There is a lot of kickback on these shadows. And then I'm gonna, I think, just kind of focus that in my crease and just create like a bit of a round eye look. Whoa, I literally just tapped that eyeshadow then and it was so pigmented. And I'm gonna take the transition shade again and just buff that out. Oh my god, these are almost too pigmented. The shadows are nice though. Like, yeah, they're like very, very intensely pigmented. So if you do just want to lightly tap your brush in, you have to full on kind of wipe your brush off so that you don't get too much pigment on your eyes. But I mean, once you know that, once you know what you're dealing with, these are really nice so far. So then I'm going to take that same brush again and just dust that off, just get rid of any pigment on there. And I'm going to take this shade here, which is the one I was most excited for. Like, look at that shit. It's so friggin' pigmented. And I think I'm going to just kind of tap that again in a little circle. That pink is like everything I want in my life right now. I feel like I always turn these looks into like halo eyes or spotlight eyes or something. So I feel like I might just go all over the lid with that. Alright, and then just taking a fluffy brush again, I'm just kind of neatening up the edges using that shade that I used on my lids. Just because I don't want it to go like too almond shaped. And I think I might actually go in with that other transition shade, the slightly cooler one. And just lightly pop that over the top. So then just to try out one of these shimmers, I think I will go in with this shade here, which seems incredibly pigmented, just like all the other ones. And I'm just going to build up on my inner corner there, see what that shadow can kind of do. That's really pretty. And then I'm just going to take a mixture of those two transition shades and pop that on my lower lash line. So then we're going to add some mascara. So what I'm using today is the XXL Lash Mascara. Again, they sent this one to me, so I have no idea what this brush is going to be like. Oh, it's a very standard brush, like a very typical kind of mascara wand. Let me see what you can do though. You say XXL? I will be the judge of that, my friend. I'd say it's maybe more of an L. Not quite an XXL. Not quite even an XL. Just an L. It's not doing anything bad, but it's not doing anything great. Building up a little bit more now, and it does seem to get better the more you build it up. But generally, I want a mascara to kind of do it all in the first few swipes. Average. Just average. Alright guys, so now I'm just going to go ahead and do what I normally do. Go off camera and do the other eye, and I will check back with you for the lips. Alright guys, so eyes are done. I'm not going to put any falsies on for the time being. I want to, but I'm going to try and keep this as Wet n Wild focused as I can. So then we're going to move on to lips. So what I have here is the Liquid Catsuit Matte Liquid Lipstick, and this one here is in the shade Nudie Patootie. I think this is like the lightest nude that they do. I'm curious to see if this has a smell, because you know... Why is my doe foot green? Like, I'm not joking. Is it supposed to be green? Like, I'm not going crazy there, am I? It's green. I mean, it was completely sealed up, so it's not like it was opened or anything. Maybe it's just like a slightly green applicator. I don't know, but it's green. So this is super, super cool toned. Oh my god. Doesn't really smell of anything in particular, so let's give it a go. Oh wow, that is like grey. I'm not sure this is going to be the right colour for the look, if I'm honest. Like, I like the colour, but for more of like a smoky brown look or something. I don't know if I like it with this look, I'm going to be honest. Does it go with the look? I mean, it doesn't clash with the look, but I feel like it would look a whole lot better with a slightly warmer nude. What I think I might do, because I do have two little lipsticks here. I have one of their, what is this even called? Bare It All Mega Last Lip Colour. And yeah, the shade is Bare It All. So I think I'm going to try and warm it up a little bit with this guy. Yeah, I feel like that could work a lot better. Okay, I'm going to pop that on. Warm it up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. I look a little bit less dead now. You know what? That lipstick over that liquid lipstick is actually really nice. So guys, this is the finished look. And as promised, I am also going to do a little cutaway of me with this look with my natural brown eyes. Let me know which one you prefer. In regards to how the makeup looks, again, I am going to do a few little close-ups in a second as well with my macro lens. But I'm actually pretty happy with how this looks on my skin. The lips do look a little bit dry, but then again, I do have a liquid lipstick underneath a regular lipstick. The highlighter, stunning. The brows look good. The eyeshadow is nice. Does take a little bit to get used to it because they are so pigmented. Mascara is a little bit it's kind of neither here nor there. It's not really anything, I don't really have anything to say about it, basically. Bronzer, I'm freaking obsessed with the bronzer. It's literally like my perfect shade. But yeah, I feel like now that the foundation is kind of settled in my skin, it's kind of mixed with the oils in my skin a little bit, and it looks a lot more natural than it did before. Before it did look a little bit too matte for me, but I actually think it looks pretty good. The spots maybe look a little bit kind of dry and cakey, so maybe the concealer isn't the best for covering spots, but it worked really well for under my eyes. But overall, I've got to say, I'm actually very impressed right now. As always, let me know what you guys think of this makeup look in the comment section down below. Do you prefer it with my bluey eyes or do you prefer it with my brown eyes? What do you think of the look? What's your favorite products? As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up because that really does help me out a lot. And also subscribe if you don't want to see more of me because I upload all the damn time, and also because we are nearly at 250,000 subscribers. What the hell? But apart from that, that is it from me. I love you guys and I will see you in the next one. Bye.